Alright, ladies, hopefully we are good now. Had a gargantuan leg wave, in fact lost the internet. I'm not getting a game, which is still very concerning though. Hey, use him! Yes, Mr. Thompson, we are back on, hopefully. Why am I not getting a game? No, we are getting a game. Okay. Ooh. I don't know what I'm doing here, so I'm doing it confidently. Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, does it? I didn't think it did. I think I blundered this pawn. Ooh. There. That was retarded because now they can take this. Wow, bishop there of all. Oh my god, that was super dumb. No, I feel like I'm getting. I'm playing to get mated. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. Oh no, king here. Shit. We were good, now it's a drop. Okay, now I messed this up a bit. No, you are early, if anything. That was a really stupid way to lose a bullet game, by the way. Ooh. I don't know how exactly to play this line. It's not great for black, but it's not that bad either. The Dragon Lecture is gonna kick off very soon, by the way. Let's get out of this semi-pin or full pin. Let's go here. We want to go after this g7 pawn. That's my newly found strategy. Let's go here and here. Oh. I should have played g5 right away. I regret that I haven't done that. Now e4 is a threat. Because of the knight b6 idea, but he stepped out of it, so maybe I shouldn't have played it. Now c6 is a bit of a tender story. Let's go here, just to back everybody up. Oh, okay. Now e5 could one day become a target. missed that. That was unfortunate. Oh, why with the bishop, dude? Yeah. We are winning anyway because of the time, but rook was the way to go because that was a check, and then rook f5 would have defended the pawn. This guy is even slower than me, which says a lot. He's delaying. Well, he's delaying a lot of things, really. Okay, now he's definitely committed to knight h3, so we're fine with that. I don't think this whole idea is worth it because h4 is weak as. Yeah. Let's go back then. So now there is a lot of pressure here. In fact, he just blundered a piece now. Yeah, okay, so he had to do that in order to not to lose the whole house. Let's go here. We sack the pawn back for the b5 play. a6 is generally speaking loose, but we don't care. I should have gone to b4 really there. Oh, yeah, we missed this pawn here. That was bad business. Okay, let's provoke bishop d1 again and then pull back here. Okay. Don't like the fact that, yeah, my pieces are the wrong way around, so we need to reshuffle them. Let's sack an exchange or blunder it. Ooh, bishop e4, sheesh kebab, I missed that. Ay. c4 is missed too. I'm missing everything now. Not good. Not good. Clean. Clean. Me beating my dragon wasn't on top of your bingo cards? Oh well. Okay, let's do this again. I don't understand why you would repeatedly play this rubbish, but okay. You do you, I suppose. Oh, cheeky. Shit, I didn't see that. Now I can't really stop for the falling of the pawn. This is very obnoxious. Oh, there even. Okay, well then we're sacking an exchange, that's for sure. Oh, I should have gone h6. Ay. That was dumb. That was very dumb. Queen, okay. Oh, sheesh, I should have taken that. That was silly. Again, why anyone would play like this with white is beyond me. Like, that symmetry, absolutely no chance for an advantage. Let's press the clock and see who wins. Ooh. Okay, that was deep. Oh, actually, rook c7 was good there too, so I was just being a moron as usual. Wow, I'm playing terrible chess. I really am playing terrible chess. E5, no, okay. We got off that hook. This has been hanging for the last 10 years. Ah. I lost my mojo. Oh, Queen C7, you're for real? Who does that? That was not part of my plan. Yeah, we're cooked. Oh, why not G4, you potato? Oh, because of H5? I don't know. Actually, now we might gain a bit of traction here. Let's migrate some of our pieces to this side of the board. I think he's completely busted now. He just doesn't have anything against this. GG. Ouch. GG's! Alright, how we regaining said mojo? This is all theory, except I remember it not. I don't know where this bishop is meant to go. Hello for Y, hello everybody. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it last game, guys. And then we'll begin with the dragon. I will need to look this line up. It's in my Slav course. Okay, I'll take that, go away. Wish I could play for b5 somehow. Oh, bishop, okay. Let's go here. Let's go back. Let's go here. And now b5. Take, rook b8, yeah? Nice. Tacticos, friends. The tacticos are always nice. Fudge. Yee, clean! Clean. Yeah, it is in the d4, d5 course. It is. It is. Alright, let's begin, ladies. Let's begin. Let us begin. So today's lesson is dedicated to the concept of basic attacking concepts against the dragon that will allow you to beat any level of players, including GMs. And I'm not even kidding. Once Ian Rogers, the legendary Australian Grandmaster, complained to me that the dragon is a hopeless opening because even a 2100 can learn the basic attacking patterns, and you slip up once with black and you are just Shrek-mated. And that is going to be the motto of today's lecture, where I'm going to show you a fair number of games. Actually, only 4 I think I prepared for the dragon. So we are kicking off with Alex Scherzer against Bent Larsen. A solid start by any means, all means. Now, I'm not going to go into theory in this discussion. I'm going to instead highlight ideas, concepts, attacking patterns only. As such, it is going to be accessible to a greater rating range and a greater group of people in general. So D6 introduces a set of threat of knight f3. Mr. Yusim, this is definitely the first thing that you want to note. That when you have got a bishop on e3, knight g4 is always a royal pain in the bum. So you need to stop that with f3. Knight d7. Now this is a very offbeat move. With the idea of putting the knight here, the other knight here, and then coming on to c4. But this is too slow. And so now Scherzer begins his attacking operation immediately with h4. As good old Fischer said, h4, h5, sec, mate. Thank you, Settle Down Lad. You are going to love that course, by the way, the Slav one. It is an absolute treat. Right, h4. h5, dodging the h5 threat. Now it is time to complete development, queen d2 castles, and then we are looking to break with g4. Knight c5, that is utter rubbish. So now black is aiming to eliminate the bishop, but this is really not a solid strategy because the pawn structure is going to become sturdier on the queen side. And now black is really lacking meaningful attack. Like queen a5, king b1 will be cancelled out. The bishop on e6 is going to bite into granite. And I still have g4 and bishop h6 as the standard attacking procedures. By the way, I would have seriously considered he taking with the c and just playing king b1. But ab is fine. Queen a5, king b1, and no worries. Bishop d7. And now it is time to begin the party, ladies and gentlemen. Please nominate your move. What would you do? Please move recos. Well, man with head dog, I'm afraid you are too late to that party, brother, because he retired about 10 years ago. So, yeah. That is not going to happen. I luckily had the fortune to play against him multiple times before his retirement. In fact, I might have played his very last competitive game against him, which unfortunately for me was a loss on my end, even though I had a very promising position. G4. Sure. Easy peasy. There's nothing to do here other than let's go, let's go, let's go. There's absolutely no need to engage into this. It's not a mistake, but it's not on our horizon to play moves on this side of the board. Let's just go. You welcome the take because it initiates the trade of the bishops, which further weakens the black king. So for us to take onto c6 and allowing a potential opening of file there, nah, let's just go g4. Let's keep it clean. HG4 was played. What is the follow-up? By the way, settle down. The engine actually approves your move. What now? How is that relevant that the queen covers the h5? I don't understand the reason there, sir. Why is that relevant that the queen is covering h5? That is not a counter-argument to h5. That is an argument to still do it anyway, right? Definitely h5. 100%. Why? Because it looks impossible. And now we are going to learn a very, very important motif that is actually applicable to many Sicilians, not exclusive to the dragon. G takes h5 sends this game from +1 to +4. This is a game-losing blunder, and it's a beautiful tactic that refutes it. Head dog, you are not allowed to type it in. Everybody else is welcome to type in full lines. Full lines, please. No one movers. White to move, win. A full-blown game-winning tactic. Let's go. Doghead, I love you, man. At least you are honest. I love that. But I don't buy that. I'm pretty sure that you do see it. It's not that complicated. It really isn't that complicated. Mr. Yusim, the line you are looking at is nowhere near forcing enough, considering the prompts that I provided, such as forced win and carnage and... yeah. To be fair to you guys, there is one line that wins forcingly. The other one is just a completely winning position, but there is no forced outcome, so... there is that. But the motive is something that everyone should know. And it's a stock standard Sicilian idea. And the reason why most of you can't find it, because Settle Down recommended knight c6. And I told him not to go there. And now everyone is not looking at that, even though everyone should. Whoa! The King Charles! Hello? Welcome in, senor. The Cavalier. Sneaking in. He's a lurker. King Charles is a lurker. Welcome in. Thank you, buddy, for the kind dono. Alright, since no one is telling me the goodies, I will open up the chat now to 21 handle! Look at you go. 4y, isn't bishop g5 blundering a piece? Congrats, shout out to the King Charles for making it 21 hando, which is a very clear indication that our man is on a mission to reach 22. Handy. Because why not coconut? So, man with head dog, what's the line? Thank you, you did it. So knight takes, checks, captures, threats, forcing move. Checks, captures, threats, that's a threat on the queen. The second strongest threat after a mate threat in the box. Knight d5, and if queen takes queen, we have check, we have check, we have check, and we are up a piece. Now, you tell me, all peeps in the chat, if you think that this was difficult. I dare you to say that this was difficult, because it wasn't. Knight e5 is the stock standard Sicilian motif, by the way, when the queen is on a5, and we have already played king b1. It is key that the king is on b1, otherwise this is a check, so we don't have the in-between move. But as is, this is Sicilian Tactics 101. Now, after queen d8, we don't have a forced win yet, but bishop h6 followed by queen g5, rook h5. I mean, this is just game over. This is just game over. In fact, this is how the game went. So knight take, knight d5. I mean, I don't want to sound harsh, but to suck it in with at 25-70 is subpar. Like Larsen, who was number 3 in the world at one point in his career, he was notoriously known for taking way too many and too steep risks in his career in order to pursue a win. And against a vicious attacker like Scherzer, you just don't get away with that. Indeed, bishop h6, of course, because we want queen g5. They didn't, King Charles. It was like this, that was only one pawn push, and then he was provoked into the capture, and then he was provoked into the other capture too. So, yeah. Yeah, 95 is a super basic tactical pattern, like really, really, like I said, Sicilian Tactics 101. Okay, so queen d8, bishop h6, f6. Let's continue the attack. The game is not over yet. What is our next move? What do we do next? Rook takes h5, very good. So now what do we do if they take? Can we calculate a forcing win here for white? Preferably with mate. I can see one mate which is a pawn checkmate. That's beautiful. So give me a line that ends with mate. Let's see how well we calculate. Kevin Rojas. Did I recognize that name? I feel like you have been my subscriber for a while. So what's the winning line, ladies? Mate. I found e takes d5 checkmate to be one of the lines, which is the easy one, but the other one is also quite simple, but ed is the spectacular one. Very good full chess. Very, very good. So the line goes bishop takes, king takes, check. And the pawn mate line goes like here, check, here, and here. This was the one I spotted right away. As soon as the position popped up. The alternative, of course, is the king hides here and then check and then mate. These are super basic lines that, yeah, we just need to calculate and trust our position. So rook h5, cd, bishop takes. Larsen played king f7, but that is just not good enough. Any chess move really wins here, including given bishop f6. He took, which is what I would have done too. Takes, takes, and they called it a day here. Yeah, it was absolute carnage of the highest order, and this is a former world number 3. Now the next game is gonna be shorter. Is it actually? No, it's gonna be longer. My bad. But this one is gonna be perhaps a layer or two deeper. So Sicilian Dragon again. You drew Scherzer. Well, my related boast, I'd actually beat him in a Hungarian team championship. And I was a massive underdog. I was like 22-60 at the time, and he was already a GM. He might have been actually my first GM scalp. By the way, he passed away a couple of years ago. Also, he had some dirty things around him near his death, like the FBI was onto him. But given that he passed away, I think it's better that we don't bring that up. Unfortunately, King Charles, bishop h6 loses a piece to bishop takes, queen takes, and knight d4. No, we're not too late at all. On the contrary, we are perfectly on time. Like, provoking h5 is a huge achievement. Previous game is the testament to that. Because g4 takes h5 is still a motive. You should never look upon it as a bummer and a missed opportunity. Like, that's just chess. If every plan just went through like hot knife through butter, chess would be an easy game. Now the main line theory here is bishop g5, which is played. Rook c5, king b1, b5, and g4. Yeah, castling is totally fine. So this is the idea that you just need to bear in mind that if you want to defeat and beat the dragon, you just need to throw in the kitchen sink. Without that attitude, you're never gonna make it. And the white attacks are almost always a lot more thematic and easier to figure out than the black attacks. Which is why good old Rogers always complained about playing the dragon with black, because every 2100 knew the basic attacking patterns for white, and they do pose a lot of problems for black already. So g4, it has to be captured. But they didn't. They played a5 instead. Now, when I say it has to be, it doesn't quite stand true, because take knight take still holds the G and H files semi-open, but not completely open. I'm not going to upload this to YouTube, sir, because it is being broadcast onto YouTube right now, which means that it stays on YouTube forever. So I don't need to upload it. It's going up right now, sir, as we speak. Right, white to play. What would you do? What do we do? Yes, bishop takes and then takes is a thing. Having said that, I very, very strongly dislike in these attacking setups to trade this bishop for a knight and keeping the dark squared bishop on. That makes the attack very difficult afterward. Rook g1 is playable, but I don't see the point of it because you are going to follow it up with takes, which then begs the question of why don't we take right away? By the way, we're still completely in theory. And here black played a4. Now it is getting really, 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 really wild. Like seriously wild. Because we are losing the bishop. Right? But at the same time, we are also absolutely shredding the black king's defense. Now, I'm very curious what you would do here. The move that was played in the game is considered to be second best by the engine. And by the way, this is still a theoretical position and white is only marginally better here. But the point is, for the 15th time, that it's easier to play with white. And Mr. Yusin is on the money, ladies. Well, if we lose his bishop, we might as well remove yet one more defender from the equation. Rook takes blade. Pawn takes blade. H6 here is also theory, yes. You are correct. The engine considers bishop takes bishop d5 to be the strongest. E6 and then take g6. With completely irrational complications. Where again, it's clearly white who is having all the fun. So bishop f7, rook takes, pawn takes, knight takes, white to move. What would you do? Yeah, it does indeed. It does indeed. Hatch 5. Good boy, Hatch 5, indeed. And here black only has one legal move to stay in the game, which is the slightly surprising knight takes Hatch 5. It is an insanely beautiful tactic. Can anyone figure out what black has here? I would have never found this. Not a chance. What is the tactic that black has here that is very annoying? Bishop f6 is close, but not quite right. I can shield that off with knight d5 and then we are losing. As in, black is losing. Knight f4. And all of a sudden, this pin is becoming a royal pain in the butt. Takes, takes. And black is winning. Out of nowhere. Well, winning is pushing it, but black is better. So you need to be careful. Apparently after knight h5, the best move white has is actually knight ce2. To regain control of the f4 square and then just bring all the boys to the party and continue the attack along the open files. But black did not find knight h5. They played instead knight f8. And now it is all over red rover. Lead the charge, ladies. Lead the charge. H6 is playable. I like it. Blow, please do not use language like that, because that's bad news and I'm gonna block you. Oh, please don't tell me that we're freezing. Now we're good. Okay. Yeah, both h6 and rook dg1 are winning moves. Rook dg1 is the more appealing to the eye. And so we are good. Bringing this guy to the party is definitely going to have beautiful effects. King h7 played. And the tactic that white uncocked here was nothing short of spectacular. Like, wow. This is seriously tricky, but findable. So I'm curious who is going to hit upon the right idea first. Bishop takes f6, and what if I take back? Queen g2, I don't see what that move accomplishes. What's the plan after that? If you take f6, I can retake with the pawn, and you don't have checks anyway. Nah, it is not a bishop move. I'm happy to give you that much of a hint. h6 was played, that is correct. But after bishop h8 is the key idea that we need to see. What was the key idea? Oh, the diagonal, says the man. Indeed, the diagonale. e5, you monsters, you've got this. And then the check. Hello. So they started off with e5, and then h6, and then the check. But we're not quite done yet. Because after e4, what do? The seemingly obvious knight e4 fails to knight e4, queen e4, and bishop f5. And I have got enough defenders. So white needed to see a little bit further. And this is where you are going to say that my channel is the best in the world, because no content like this is to be seen anywhere else. What you are about to see is absolute nuts. Well, Mr. Yusim, if that's the idea, you ought to calculate it, because if you are correct, you are going to go down in history as an absolute bloody legend. And who would not want that? Isham, welcome in. So is bishop takes f6 playable or not? And if it is, what is the idea? That's it, Mr. Yusim. So bishop takes f6, takes the queen, and here comes the boomshki. Check. Takes, king g6, queen. Takes, check. King here, check. Rook f5, check. You don't need to count material. It's a dragon. We don't count material. King takes is better. Then we need to continue the ladder a little bit longer. And mate. Any questions? Not bad, eh? Bishop takes f6, friends. Hello, hello. And Matutsky. So one more time. Check. Force the take. Check. King here. Obviously, king here is mate. So king here and then queen. And this is just Carnage City. Carnage City. So they instead took back on f6. But now the reopening of the same diagonal with everything hanging with check is too much to handle. Bishop f5 played. And this is your second chance to do something absolutely glorious. Space Gator, hello, hello, welcome in, buddy. How are you going? By the way, guys, is the title Tuesday already over, or what time is it? Yeah, knight f5 is playable. But what happened with the checks capture threat story? Careful, because if you do this, this, and this, then we have this. And yes, we are winning, but don't we have something sexier? Yeah, can someone tell me what time is the Titi Tuesday? 8 to 10 hours ago, no chance. Surely not. So check first, guys. Let's do the big cojones party here. The idea being that if you take, check, take, then I take with check and I pick off the queen. So rook g7 played, rook takes played, check played, and king g8 played in order to dodge the check. Yeah, there is an early and a late one. I think I can only make it to the late, but I wonder what time or how long ago that was. Okay, what is the cleanest winning move here for white? Now it's super easy because every legal move is a win. Whoa! Murray Chess is coming in strong with the Raiderino. Shout out to Murray Chess. An absolute legend. I hope you had a lovely stream, young lady. And welcome in, Raiders. We are learning about how to beat the living heck out of the dragon. Indeed, knight f5 played. The idea being that queen d3 now again allows us to have 47 queens on the board. Queen takes, and yeah, that's it. Thank you again to Murray Chess. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. Right, okay, on to the next. Our next game is going to be Waltz, Matthias Waltz, a well-known German grandmaster. And his victim is going to be another German customer who goes by the name of Kunze Markus. And because we live up to the expectations, this is going to be another dragon. We know the drill. Bishop back. And see, he takes back with the C. I really like this. It's counterintuitive at first sight. But actually it makes a lot of sense once you play king b1. Because if the pawn is here, sometimes black has this idea of a rook lift to mate us down here. And that is not feasible with the pawn on a2. And once king b1 is on, you remember now that the knight d5 threat is also on. Hence rook fc8. So the reason why this is effective is because now after knight d5, queen d2, knight e7, they have king f8. And we actually lose the piece. So usually king b1 triggers a rook move, any rook move, to facilitate king f8. And this is your cue, by the way, to get rolling with the attack. G4. H4 is also playable, by the way, so no biggie. Either or is fine. VI key, Vic North Star. Welcome in, welcome. And yes, Raiders, please don't forget to smash the follow button. I'm also streaming this on YouTube, by the way, so if you would like to follow my YouTube channel, which I would highly recommend you to do, then you can subscribe there too. Subscribe to the Steven channel. La. Alright, G4, B5, H4. So far, so good. B4, knight e2. This is actually a surprisingly handy move in many of the dragon setups, because when h5 comes, you can dislodge the knight on h5 with a knight g3 trade idea. G5 is one of the worst moves you can play in the dragon, in most cases. The reason for that is because it shuts down the bishop h6 idea, because your pawn is obstructing that. And after knight h5, you can no longer play for h4, h5 either. Now, due to concrete reasons, in this position, this move is not bad, because here we can win a pawn like this and just win the endgame. But as far as the kingside attack is concerned, playing g5 is almost always a no-go. Because it messes both with bishop h6 and h4, h5. Well, you see, I specifically put this on for you because you just sent me a message and I realized that I haven't had a lecture like this. So I thought, why not? We might. We might. Yes, but that's that's completely unrelated to g5. Like, you can already play knight b5 here. Maybe not, because there is e5 here. I did send you a message on Discord, you see, where I already stated this, so you must have missed that. Anyway, yeah, I did too. Let's go back to the game. h4, b4, knight back, queen e5. Now this looks really, really poopy, but has a logic to it because now they want to do this. And obviously the queen on the long diagonal is a bit annoying, but one move and it's a Gonski. Wow! And this, ladies and gentlemen, is actually a mistake. Holy smokes. You leave, you learn. Black played queen c5, assuming that when your queen is under attack, you had to move it. How wrong he was. Oh boy. Knight e4, babeski. Now bishop e5 is completely unplayable because knight d2 is check, and then we take on e5 and black is up a pawn. And after take check, king a1, e5, the game is over. Black won. Pranay, we are not discussing theory at all today. We are merely discussing attacking plans, strategies, ideas. Yeah. But this was beautiful. GM blundered this. In fact, the correct move here would have been to continue the attack with h5. Right. So bishop f4, queen c5. Now we are back to normal. Bishop h6. Now this is also a mistake, by the way, because after take, now black has e5. When usually you would want to play knight f5, but this check here is going to be quite annoying. So for example, check here, bishop takes, and we just lost a piece. And although we still have some attack going on, but it seems to me that black might be faster. Do I have rook b2 here? Check. Now I can't go king h8 because it's mate. I have to take check here. Oh boy, who is getting mated? Queen c1 only move. Absolute total chaos. Just crazy. Just absolute crazy stuff. Okay, let's go back. So after bishop h6, black played bishop h8, which is the knee-jerk reaction in the dragon. But this was really, really bad. Now white just gets a free run. H5. A5. Ah, fudge. I just revealed the trick. So this is the big move, folks. This is the big move. You always need to reckon with this move when bishop h6, bishop h8 is inserted. Because now takes is always mate. So now black is a little bit in trouble in terms of what to do next. Yeah, 97 is also mate. So usually they take with the bishop. In this game they played rook e8. I mean, bishop takes, pawn takes is very depressing, right? Because now the g6 pawn is under attack by so many. It's going to be absolute carnage. So knight f5, rook e8 played. And bishop e3 comes with a hefty tempo now on the queen, opening up the file, introducing knight h6. Carnage. Queen c6, knight d4. The white pieces are coming in with tempo after tempo after tempo. Take. Now here is another important motive that you want to remember. Well, actually this is just game over, so never mind. They obviously had to take this way. Okay, how would you proceed now? What is the way to go? Yeah, rook h7 is a bit too much. Yeah, you are right. That is asking for too much from the position. Sorry, Mr. Landau and K. Appet, I didn't watch YouTube, or I didn't look at the comments there. Yeah, g5. g5 is very strong, actually, Dorex. And Mr. Landau confirms. Yes, g5. Solid. Solid. And here, incredibly enough, absolute nut house story. The only move for black is knight g4. Welcome to the world of chess engines. Where fg4 is quite bad on account of take, 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 and now the black queen is quite a useful piece in the center, covering important squares. No one would even consider this. They played knight h5, of course. And now it's time to go in for the kill. A bit of calculation is required, but generally speaking, you can't possibly mess this up. Hold my beer, says the chat. Mr. Landa wants take, take, and then g6. I didn't take back, no? If you then go here, I go king h7. I feel like I'm still holding that at least a little bit. Say stuff once rook h5 followed by queen g2. Yeah, maybe. Yes, full chess. That's a good question and a good proposition. Yes, knight h6 was a more accurate move order. In fact, that was the engine's preference. Yeah. So rook h5 is correct. Knight h6 check is best and was played in the game. The idea is that after king g7 you take. And when they take, that's when you bring the lady in. And because of the black bishop is on h8, black is essentially down a piece here. So they went to king f8. But hardly any difference. Takes, takes, queen h2. And it's surprisingly difficult to drum up the defense to meet the mate threat. They played e6. But this was a very unfortunate, how mundane, yeah. Very unfortunate move. That allows a beautiful checkmate sequence. Who can spot the mate here? It's actually mate in 5. But not all moves are checks. Which is what makes it quite challenging. Hey Chess Master, how are you going? I would be very impressed if you guys found it. By the way, e5 was the correct move here. To cut out the queen f4 check idea. And then after queen h5, bishop e6, knight f5, white is only completely winning, but there is no forced mate. However, after e6, mate in 5 incoming. If you found it, type it in, buddy. Let's see it. Let's see it. That's not me, Chess Master. I can block that. Also, after queen check here, I have rook e7. So why would I go king g7? No, it's not it. Not it. Queen f4 here, knight f5. Pawn takes queen d6, king here. What did you do here? Knight f7. Yeah, no. Good idea, but I have bishop c3. White is winning, but it's not a forced mate. And definitely not in 5 moves. Don't blunder queen or this idea, mister. So queen f4, king e7, queen f7, the king runs. Your line is totally winning, Chess Master, so technically you got it. Yeah, I did tell you guys that it's not all checks. That's what makes it difficult. All right, I'll show you the monstrosity here that comes, because it is truly beautiful. So the idea here is that you want to disallow the king to escape, and so you do this. And the surprising twist in the story is that bishop takes e6 is met by mate here. That is the unexpected motive. Like you expect the white queen to come in somewhere here, and then lo and behold, it's a mate from here. I mean, obviously now queen f7 is the mate threat, right? But also is queen takes d6. Yeah. So the main point of knight e6 contrast to knight f5 is that it cuts off the escape square and it introduces a dual mate threat. Not bad. Not bad. All right, and last but not least, we're going to have a look at a Dutch encounter between Aaron Pickett and Genna Sosonko. Sosonko was a huge fan of the dragon. So this is basically a tabia of the dragon. The old main line here used to be h5. This was, for example, tested a lot in the Karpov-Korchnoi World Championship match. This idea of knight e2 followed by bishop here. Lately, g4 and king b1 both have become very, very popular. Queen c7, h5. Fearless gung-ho attack. Now, black almost always sacks an exchange on c3 at the first given opportunity to mess up our king side, but also to generate counterplay at all cost. Yeah, Sargent is definitely drunk, but we like him a lot. Rook fc8. Takes. King b1. b5. And now comes another motif that I want you guys to remember, and that is knight d5. It is always very handy to trade the f6 knight off, because it's a very important defender of the h7 pawn. And in contrast, on the white side, the knight on c3 is often the very reason why we suffer, because black has this handy exchange sack. Now, of course, c2 is winnable, but that doesn't impact our king's safety whatsoever. Right? There is no mate here. This just gets captured by the bishop. Then there's one check on c2. We tuck the king away, and then mate is unstoppable. So this actually, funnily enough, increases our king's safety whilst compromises black's king safety even more. Take. And bishop e5 played. The idea behind this move is to deny queen h2. And the next move, I would say, is probably the hardest in the entire game for white. I wonder what you guys would do here. It's a very difficult move that beautifully combines strategy with tactics. No takers yet? Or am I lagging out? I'm guessing you mean queen h6. Not queen h5. Ah, that's an interesting idea. Maybe I just drop back and then you can't go there. That's a move. The alternative is to play rook f8 so that I can defend from here. No, not quite. Not a bad idea, but not it. Yeah, Tom, funnily enough, was already suggested. Yeah, so bishop f2 is not it. Because of rook f8, rook f7. Bishop c2, that's not legal. You need to be very careful with f4, because then all of a sudden after bishop takes, rook takes, we don't have queen c2. And it's now us who is likely going to get into trouble. So no, this is not an option at all. So queen f2 is a very logical move here, with the idea of coming in from here. The game continuation was the very, very surprising queen to d3. Now this is not an easy move to find, unless you have the previously mentioned strategic and tactical vision. So what the heck is this move doing? What is the plan? The plan. Yeah, that's it, guys. So we want to come in from here. Yeah, that's it. That is it. Queen b7 played. And bang. Now, according to the cruel engine, this is only good for a draw if you can defend like an engine. Unfortunately for Sasonko, he couldn't quite pull it off. Although he started well by playing rook g8. Check. And this is where he messed it up. King f8 is only. And it turns out that after check, king he take, check, king h8, there is no mate. If knight e6, I can just take back, and yeah, no mate to be had. White even needs to be precise with the perpetual check. Yeah, king h8 was the big blunder. King f8. King f7. Losing move to knight e6. Wow. And you can't take because of check. Oh my god. Yeah, we all missed that idea because it's completely outlandishly crazy. Yeah. So let's see how the game ended. They drop back to h8. Check. And check. This is the key move. Takes, takes, and now we have got this threat. And there is no good way to defend it. Queen f3 is obvious, but then after check here, we check down the queen and we win. Or we can actually check down the queen this way, which is a far cleaner win. That is glorious. And so Sasonko opted to get mated faster with king f8. Check. Now bishop f6 is just met by the Munden g5 when, although the black heavies look like they should be able to come in somewhere for a back rank, but it's not possible. And we just have the time to take it. It's pretty crazy actually. Better still, mate. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of this section of the Dragon lecture. I'm going to play a few bullets just to use it as a bit of an outro. Maybe we can climb toward the dreaded 28 hundo. And yeah, any feedback is welcome. Ooh. Let's go exchange sack, right? I want this, but maybe it's slow. Ooh, he walked into it. Okay. Oh, now f4 is on. I feel like I have to do it anyway, though. Maybe I didn't have to. What an attack, man. Oh shit, I missed that. Well, it was a great attack until I botched it. Man. Guess how frustrated I am now from 0 to 10. You are correct if you assumed it to be 10. Fudge. What a brilliant attack that was. Hello, Churro. Oh, hello, Mr. Kingslayer. Yeah, guys, please join the club. We're going to have a tournament soon. We are going to have a tournament soon. Actually, Kingslayer, I reckon we need to nominate a day or a date for that. What do you reckon? By the way, Mr. Yusim, can you please... I think you are a paying member of ChessCom, right? Can you please use my link next time you renew your membership? Just so that I can make $2 in my lifetime on ChessCom. Mr. Kingslayer is going to provide the link for you. That's a dog shit move, by the way. Yeah, Mr. Kingslayer is going to give you the deets momentarily. Fucking hell, I saw E4 coming and they still allowed it. This is one of the biggest bluff fests I have done in my very, very long chess career. And it looks like this attack is now breaking through, which is absolutely hilarious. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, that was Mintox. That was Mintox. What? He wants e4. Let's pretend that this was a sack. Because in the unlikely event that you're wondering, it definitely wasn't a sack. Oh, give me a break, bro. You did what? Okay, GG. No, I cannot do maths problems the same way I do. No. I mean, I can do... I can calculate reasonably... reasonably fast. Like multiplications, like 2-digit by 2-digit and stuff like that. I can do decentishly well. But that's about it. Kingslayer, have you provided the link to this poor man who wants to give me money? Aren't we a well-oiled team, my friend? Oh, matey. How? Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Oh, shit. I nearly blundered the mate. You see him. That's your link, buddy. If you are still here. Fuck. Oh, man. I can't believe I missed that. Oh, yes! Yes! The hoppity can kick both ways, my friend. Horse kicks both ways. In it. In it. Oh, you absolute legend. Thank you. Now no one can stop me from becoming a billionaire. That was bluff of the century. Haha. Oh, Mr. Thompson is watching us past midnight. That is how legends manifest, my friends. Oh, I'm just 50 rating shy of 28 hundo. Not bad. Oh shit, that was dumb. Yeah, I messed this up. Oops. That was calculated risk. Is what you call this in the biz. Oops. I wanted to drag the rook, not the corner of the board. Oh, jeez, I completely missed that. Not happy. This knight is total dog poo, by the way. Okay, this knight is an absolute boss now. Okay, if I don't get mated, then we're going to win. But are we getting mated? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Clean, friends, clean. Do I have 95 here? I think I do. Thank you, that live. Thank you, I appreciate that. And 96 looks very clean, yeah. Bang, bang. Wow, guys, we are on fire tactically today. Check. Told you. That was beauty. That was beauty. Like, I feel like I want to look up now my accuracy score on this game, which is the dumbest thing you can ever do with rapid games, because bullet games, because they always come back very depressing. But for shits and giggles, let's check this. Oh, hello. Let's just go full screen. No, not here. Here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. 92, babeski. 92. 92. How good was that? That was, baby, a bullet game. Oh. Clean as a whistle. Clean as a whistle. Call Kramnik. Call Kramnik now. Inactive international master scores. Incredible victory. Call Kramnik. Okay, we go with the other line now. F5 takes, so I have to go D5. Yeah, this is absolutely time to begin the process, right? ChessCoachAndras! Kramnik is already watching. No doubt. No doubt. Unfortunately, unbeknownst to me, I used a lot of time in this game to get into an otherwise very good looking position by Dubs. Definitely slightly better here. But I very much doubt that this is winnable. Oh, shite. Okay, let's go. Shit. I threw a total win there. Oh my god. Oh, and they had 0.8 seconds. No, if I just had pre-moved one more move, we would have done it. Oh no. This is why I'm a terrible bullet player. I just never look at the clock. Never. This is a book win already from my chessable course, by the way. Like, this is it. This game is over. And it hasn't even started. Like, all of this is book. If you have got my chessable course, the club play is 1d4. This is how you're going to win chess games. Left, right, and center. Until you fuck it like that. Oh boy. Wasn't that embarrassing? Even now, there is a bit of play in the position, funnily enough. It's easy to choke against pawns like this. Yeah, now we fucked it. That queen blunder was horrid. Okay. Ah, shit. That was actually pretty cute by me. Might not cut it, but yeah, rook e6, rook d7 is a very cheeky motif. The plan is to take this. Queen c3, then rook c5 may survive. Nice, very nice, beautiful. That was very nicely done. I think pawn f6 was my only... Oh, even then rook c8, yeah. I mean, if he repeats that king's Indian line, he's going to... Yeah, that's more like it. Oh god, I missed that. Luckily, we are still good. I mean, there is only so many King's Indian dead lost positions that I can mess up before things turn for the better. Oh, come on, mate. Like, GG. That is weird. That is weird too. This is not good at all for white. Yeah. How can you beat 2800 with this? Is the question that begs to be asked, respectfully. Oh wow, and then I walk into that. That's how. No, we don't want the queen trade. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Freaking hell. Rook d8 would have been game over. This might be game over too. I don't know why I did that. Absolute clueless chess. No, thankfully not. If this was my full-time job, I would be dying on the streets. But I do chess coaching and I do create chess content, which is what brings in the money. I mean, if you guys subscribe with a bit more generosity, then yes, it would be my job, especially to my YouTube channel, which is free to subscribe to. That would definitely be a very meaningful change to the bank situation. Bishop f8, yep. That was dumb. Fudge. The Fluke Fest. The Fluke Fest is real. Every King's Indian game, the guy is toast. Should have played Queen B6. Am I too late? No. Or was I? No, I wasn't. I should have taken that, by the way. Now we have problems. How serious those problems are, I don't know yet, but we do have problems. I would say the severity of the problems is not that bad, actually. I think this is quite playable. I should have played f5 there. Maybe he... Oh my... Fuck. I am a potato. That's why I should have played f5 too. A very important life lesson, guys, in chess is not to be a potato. That was nice. Ooh. Ha! Wow! That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Kid is very sharp tactically. Strategically completely clueless, but the tactics is very impressive. Like that's his third time he goes into this dead loss position. That's unbelievable. Okay, that was dumb. That was very dumb by us. Oh my god. Case in point again. Finds the mate in one, dead lost every game. What is my full-time job? I think I answered that. I do chess coaching and I do a lot of content creation, as in Chessable courses. Of course, my friend is completely dead again. Should have played e4. Let's go wild. I wanted to attack this guy now, but I can't, can I? Let's go back here. Fuck. Yeah, I'm not playing well. I'm not playing well, unfortunately. Ooh. Oof, oof. Oof. No, you're dead, bruv. On your bike. GG. GG. What does it do against e4? Oh, French. That's nice. Oh, yes. Our favorite line. Indeed. Our favorite line. Was that Queen G7 maybe? I don't remember now. Might have been. I don't know if this is good. H4 was my desire. Yeah, I think I know the answer. It was not good. Shit. Okay, this game was not pretty. I have to say that. This game was definitely not pretty. Sharp, very impressively sharp. Last game. Oh shit. I had a yeah, internet went out, Jazz. I don't know why or how or what happened there, but I lost the internet connection. I don't quite know if we have got anything whatsoever here that would justify the piece investment. I want to do a bit of showboating. Knight D, Queen D. Okay, he didn't want me to showboat apparently. That made absolutely no sense. Nor did that. Okay, we can't call that last. Oh, C4, not C2. Okay. I dig that. GG. Alright, that's gonna be last, guys. That's gonna be it for us for today. Thank you very much for your undivided attention. Mr. Fleming, I started playing more than 30 years ago. Yes, the endgame course is on the line, which is why I need to go now. You take care, lovely humans. I will be back potentially tomorrow. Love you all. I will try to radio off now to someone who is actually live. Is Danya still live? Yeah, Danya is still live. Off you go. Hey, Cook! Came in too late, brother. I hope to catch you tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. Take care. Love you all. Bye.